Is she there? So the speaker is in the upper right-hand side. You got to, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, here's Jill, Tony.
Hey, Jill, congratulations.
Okay, do it again.
Hey, Jill, congratulations.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
Sure, yeah, I must be excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be nice. Seems fun so far.
I was going to say, it's definitely going to be different, right?
It's a little different. I certainly have never done that, but it's just kind of like, imparting some of the things I already know, and the kids are kind of, pretty spongy, and I mean, it's really good. I mean, they have to work so hard just to get into nursing school,
Right.
I mean, it's so rigorous, and so that once they get there, they pretty much want to stay. So they're very acclimated to the difficulties that is nursing. So I really like it. Yeah.
Good. Excellent. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and I appreciate you being excited for me. Yeah.
Well.
Libby actually screamed. It was so funny when she was FaceTiming me on my way home today, and she just wanted to know how my first day with students went. And I told her about how things escalated today, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, she was squealing." That was real good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she's out there in Idaho, northern Idaho, just killing it, Tony. You'd be so proud of her.
What is she doing?
She's a ICU nurse, and she's been out there since last December, doing COVID ICU patients.
Gotcha.
And so she's been doing that for a year. She's doing travel nursing, so she's in, they make such an escalated salary.
Yep.
And so she's got to do a lot of her dreams and things like that. And she's headed back this way in December, and then she wants to go to CRNA school, and she's hoping she can get in here, so she can go here and stay here for a few years and complete that, and then be on her way. So
good for her.
I think that's a good thing.
That's an excellent. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good when your kids do well. I mean, how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
If your kids are doing good, life is good.
That's right.
If your kids not doing too good, life is troublesome. So I'm always glad when things are good. So how you guys doing? What y'all been doing? How you been with Hurricane Alley?
Well, we got two to go into Texas and Louisiana. Marco came ashore. Now we're waiting on Laura. So thankfully, knock on wood, Florida's been so far so good here. But it's still early in the game.
Yeah.
Still early in the game.
Still early in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little while to go, but I pop in on you every now and then on Facebook. I rarely get to catch you live. Sometimes I'll look in on the evening just to see how you're doing and everything. I think you got such a great presence. It's so groovy. I love watching you.
Yeah, and what's a trip is how many people from West Virginia that either moved down here or they're up there watching, and they're like, "Hey, Tony."
Absolutely, they keep in touch because people develop just an association with your weatherman.
Oh yeah.
You depend on them.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't have to tell you. So.
Nope.
I mean, that's just really groovy,
yeah,
and I love what you do. I'm so happy for you guys. And hey, listen, I saw Maria's car on her I don't think it was on Facebook. I think it was on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's so pretty.
Yeah, I just sent Kent the picture. You'll have to ask him to show it to you. But yeah, it's a 2020 Insight. It's only got 30 miles on it when we picked it up, and she'll have that. The next car she gets, she's on her own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shoot, Lauren's still driving the one that Brian and I bought her.
Yep.
I mean, she's kept it a while.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
So
I'm sure.
I think that's kind of groovy. And Libby just sold hers a year ago that we bought her.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know, that's the good news. They keep them and ride the wheels off of them, and then they can do whatever they want to after that. That's great.
Yeah, you know, like I said, the Hondas, they keep their value. I mean, this one was, 10 years old, and they gave me close to $6,000 with 110,000 miles. So,
Boom.
yeah, that's it. They wanted to get rid of the 2020, so I got lucky, right time, right place, and just did it. So.
I mean, that's good. You want a good product, one's going to, hold its value for sure.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
I think they did good.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm excited for her. And I just, I follow her. I don't get to see much of Aunt, unless Jane Ann posts something, but I don't get to see much of Aunt.
Yeah, that's not his cup of tea. He's he's a boy. He's just not into that, which is I'm good. I'm happy with. I'm glad that he's not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's fun. But I do get to see Maria, and I follow her closely, and the girls do too, and so that's cool. And, yeah, we try to keep up, even though the miles separate us.
Yeah, well, you feel like you're there though now because everything is just so quick and instantaneous. So, but
I know. Yeah. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I like to go back to snail mail, and somebody or like, I'll call you next week.
Yep.
No more of that.
Yep.
Like now.
All right, George. I'm going to go ahead and do it.
All right,
I
yeah.
got to get the gutter freeze up.
Sounds good. I'll let you guys run. Good talking to you guys. All right, you guys take care. Love and miss you guys.
All right, Tony. Love you, man. Miss you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Tell your daddy I said hi.
I will do that, Kento.
Indeed.
See you again. Bye-bye. All right, with this West 2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Manoff. We hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Boy, it was a hot one out there across Central Florida. The heat was on, and the big story here, of course, is what's going on down in the tropics. Laura getting stronger and stronger. The 8 o'clock intermediate advisory now shows that the winds have increased yet again up to 85 miles an hour. And this is likely to become a major hurricane at landfall very early Thursday morning. Brittany Fischetti, Gerardo Lopez, Cheryl Lamb, Laura, Francis Leocana, Freddie Lolo, there you are, girl, missed you. Marisol Cortez, Gerardo Lopez, Katrina Scolfini, Kiloe Moon, Tina Oedi, Carol Baran, Joe Vaughn, Beverly Card, Sammy the Bull, Koi, Hannah Franklin, good to have you there, Pedro, thank you for sharing. Woo, it was hot. Amy, it was a summer sizzler out there. Shell's event planning, Louis Allman, I want to know when we will get rain for Florida again, says Katrina. Better chance for storm coverage on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll get to that in a longer range here in a second. Laura is en route to the Louisiana border. There's Darlene Mize, J.C. Barber, Kirsten Foll, nice and breezy, but very hot, Kirsten. Tim Beard, Terry Theros, Candy Vezneski, Jenny Finberg, Beverly Card, Jillian Bukowski, Khalid Udin, Belmore John, Stella Oda, Nicola Ramirez, Lori Cremains, Yoleti Martinez, Emerlinda Martinez. A lot of Martinez's in. Bonnie Payne. Hey, Tony. Sam, I hope you are having a great day. I am. Thank you. Hope you are too. Faith, Cheryl, Gerardo, Julie Nicholson is South School. Jules, where you been, girl? Ken Hagen, Junie Pachi, Susan Stewart, Frenny, blowing kisses at me. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Loving that. Dina, Ermelinda, howdy from Grand Island. Tropics. All right, let's get to the tropics. A lot of you guys are asking excellent questions. Went to the beach Sunday. Flagler was rough. Yep, I was there on Sunday too. Not in Flagler, of course, but a little bit farther to the south. Let's see, it just went on now. Boom. All right, so there we go. There's Hurricane Laura. There we go. So that is, let me show you. We've got lots of graphics on this one to show you. So there you go. There's a look at the hurricane advisories. Let me go ahead and just share this over to a couple of different pages. There's the hurricane advisories. Watches and warnings are up from south central Louisiana to a good chunk there of the upper coast of Texas. Let's see, let me share this over to a couple of different pages real quick. Just give me a second. There's the tropical storm warnings just south of New Orleans and southwest of Houston. And we take a look at this. Look at this big burst of storms. Emily West has popped in. Yvette Crayola, Tim Bird, Texas Must Leave, Marilyn Edith, hey Franny, Pamela Jaquez Lopez, Marilyn, good to have you. June, I like the way you say my name. Pachi. Passe? Patty, Laura is me. Laura is not a friend. Laura is going to be a problem, and we're going to get to that here. I want to show you. Wait till you see the wave action already in the Gulf. It's just ridiculous. All right, so that's the satellite. Look at the deep thunderstorms now exploding on the south and the east side, getting ready to try to wrap around. And when that happens, you can sometimes get some rapid intensification. Cassandra, Cheryl, June, Jennifer Lynn Shrum. Let's see, Karen Kushner, big crowd in here tonight, loving that. All right, let's take a look at the radar. And as you can see already, look at the moisture well in advance of this storm already blowing into Louisiana. And the models have not changed an inch. They're going full throttle here, full throttle to the Texas-Louisiana coastline. So there you go. So there's what we have there for you. Julie McKissick is in. Denise Jones, Sammy Gerardo Lopez. Good to have you there. So that's a look at the models. Intensity forecast. Again, when we look at this, you can still see one or two models with Cat 3 prior to landfall and then gradual weakening. And then there's a whole other slew of graphics that I want to show you here for those of you that may have loved ones or family and friends in southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles to Beaumont to Galveston. You can see there's Galveston Bay, just southeast of Houston. If that were to occur more to the west, that would be a very dangerous situation in the Bay Area, so we'll watch that. Mary Richard Chena, Sally Anderson, answers in the house. Thanks for keeping us updated, says Emily. You're welcome, Em, just doing my job, as you know. So there it is right there. As of right now, 60% chance for hurricane force winds. And this is going to go up as this tracks closer to the coast. This is based on a cone that's a couple days out. I was lucky in the morning. There you go. Tennessee tornadoes. We're going to be checking in on that. Storm surge advisories. We got warnings and watches now from Louisiana, New Orleans, all the way just south of Houston. But the bigger concern here is going to be the storm surge inundation. Belmore John, Juan Melendez, watching from Umatilla. There you go, says Terry. Laura from Tracy Bosch. Polo, Marco, Polo. Let's see here. So look at that. Look at the dark red right there, south of Lake Charles, over towards the upper coast. So let's see right there. There it is. Storm surge could be 9 to maybe 13, 14 feet based on the latest projections. Prayers for those people. Nancy, well said. Annie Lacani, good to have you there. Jane, my daughter. Oh, it's going by so fast. Let me switch it over to here. Yeah, it depends on where it comes in, JC. That's a good question. My daughter is just north of Houston. She and family are prepared. Excellent. Watching for Colorado. This is not going to go to Colorado. Maybe you meant you're watching from Colorado. Sandy, ready to jump in the pool. There you go. Barbecuing. Juan, Terralyn Tootle has popped in. Terralyn, always a pleasure to have you. Well said, Mary. So that's a look at that. Now, look at these rainfall forecasts as of right now. You can see that big swath right along the Louisiana-Texas border. Southern sections, 10 to 15 inches of rain. Even up north into Arkansas, the potential for 6, 8, 10 inches of rain. And on top of that, here's the other thing. When you look at that severe weather risk, that front right quadrant, right? The front right quadrant, there it is. You can see scattered risk for some tornadoes there, and then an isolated risk out ahead of that. Sailing on Texas, yours, Cindy Williams. If that is that close to Houston or Galveston Bay or northeast, then there you go. Let's see here. Boom. So that's the severe weather risk. Now, many of you have asked, what's behind Laura? Nothing. Nothing for a good stretch. So this is a good thing. However, I do point your attention to the west coast of Africa. Big little bulge of thunderstorms there is getting ready to come off the west coast there, so we'll have to watch that. Ollie, excellent. Mary, excellent. Colleen O'Neill, good to have you. Louisiana and Texas here, Rose. Muggy in Hollywood. It absolutely is. You guys know my motto, by the way. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Darlene, Darwin, good to have you, by the way. Anna Jacques Zeglin, always a pleasure to have you, too. Let's see. Nettie, we're going to keep this political free here, okay? This is about the weather, not about politics. Mary, there you go. Marlins are beating my Mets tonight, yes. Let's see there. There it is. So there's a look at the tropics. That's a big, significant wave again coming off the west coast of Africa. Jose Vega, I used to live in Baton Rouge as Mary. So let me show you something here. I'm going to show you the water temperatures, and wait till you see the wave action. This is just ridiculous already, how much this is kind of bulged up here. Ariel Hume, Vanessa Stark, thank you for sharing the feed. So there's our storm, and it's getting ready to go over even a warmer core of water as it moves off to the west-northwest. There you go, Nikolai. I know. The next 60 days or so is going to be all about that. Hi, Tony from Nana, Ormond Beach. Excellent. Good to have you there. La Scola. Hey, Teef, Tara Ward, right back at you. There you go. So look at the water temps. Very warm water. Now, let me show you the storm. Let me show you the wave heights now. 30-foot seas there on the east-northeast side there of Laura as of right now, and it's getting stronger. Becky, no, I think we're good. Kim Lanue Etule, good to have you there. Denise Jones, everyone share. Thank you, Brenda Burke, for the reminder. For Arkansas, it's definitely going to be tropical storm force. Yeah, big wave right there. Huge action right there in the Gulf of Mexico, and this is all going to drive northwestward here as we go through the next 2 days until we get landfall very early Thursday morning. Genesis Evans, always a pleasure to have you. Thanks for popping in. Water temperature anomalies, this is why we're going to continue to watch those waves coming off Africa. Very warm water. There you go. Evening from Palm Coast. Carol, always a pleasure to have you. Let's see here. Did I hear breaking the heat? Sarah, no, unfortunately not. Not here, but I will show you where you can go to make that happen. Look at that 7-day forecast right there. There you have it. 94, 93, 94, 93, 93, 93, 93. No break in that heat just yet. And by the way, today was the 101st 90-degree day in Central Florida. 101. 101. Carmen Luciano, hello to you. Eric Alberto, Oscar Bustos, hello, DeBarry, good to have you there, Oscar. Mark and Josie, good to have you. Ali, 85, still here in Bunnell. Donna Moore's in the house. Kathy Williams, always a pleasure to have you. There you go. Hey, Tony, everyone. Laura Skelton, Genesis. Hey, Tony, Lisa Macy, I know, right? I need a cup of cappuccino. See you at 10, says Sammy the Bull. Nancy, always a pleasure to have you. Whoa, says Cynthia. Never seen that before. 101 days. All right, so where can we go to cool off? Can we go anywhere in the United States? And the answer is yes. You can go to New England. You can go to the Pacific Northwest. Tracy Gervais, watching from Greenville, South Carolina. You got to have some storms there. Yep, that's correct. Showers and storms. Nothing tropical coming ashore or anything like that. Just a front dropping south, closing in on you and giving you a better chance for showers and storms. But there are signs now of fall, signs of fall up in Canada. There we go. So there's Point Barrow, 41. Inuvik, 59. Baker Lake, 63. Iqaluit coming in at 50. Yellowknife, 57. There we go. So there's where you're cooling off. Up in Canada, unless you're jumping into a bucket of ice. Juneau, 55. There we go. There it is. Thompson, 54. Moosonee, 58. So lots of 40s, 50s, and 60s up in Canada now in late August. And getting into September, some of that cold air starts coming down. There you go. 108 in Vegas, in Fuego. 76 in Atlanta. There you go. Carlos Metcalf. It was rough because of the big high to the east. I said that. Up north, JC, unfortunately. Tired of the heat, Helene Risch. I'm sure there are many folks in here that feel the same way as you. I am one of them. So there is Kingston, 84. La Paz, 46. Buenos Aires, 61. Freezing in Punta Arenas. Cape Town, 55. It's been hot, Ollie. Maureen O'Day, thank you. Love back to you guys down there. Better late. Laura, there's no such thing as late on Facebook Live. I'm sick of the heat, says JC. Have a good night, Tony. Jennifer Weatherby, big hug to you, girl. Hope you're hanging in there. Always a pleasure to have you in here, Jay Weatherby. 77 in Bangui. Khartoum, 88. Baghdad, 79. Moscow, 63. Liz Reimer, We'll keep an eye on her for you there, Liz. I love the heat. Just get in the ocean, says Lisa Macy. Brenda Burke, Mary Evans, and Leah Schenkel all in the house. I'll take the heat over the cold any day of the week. Pam Ann saying, hey, Tony. Oslo, 45. Surgut, 46. Astana, 45. Yakutsk, 50. Hong Kong, 88. Macassar, 77. Perth, 52. Hobart Airport coming in at 50. Let's see there. This whole year has been unbearable. Yeah, 2020. On the Manalfi jet, Helene Risch. Yes. There we go. 84 in Shanghai. 57 in Adelaide. 50 at the Hobart Airport. There we go. There's Christchurch, 52. Auckland coming in at 55. Perth coming in at 52 degrees. 52 degrees. Cairns coming in at 77. There we go. That is a look at the temperatures around the globe. So again, somebody was just asking me, why has it been so windy along the coast? And that is an excellent question. Here's the reason why. Look at this big high driving the wind back towards the coast. That in tandem with an upper low there, and then a storm, our hurricane in the Gulf is creating breezy conditions across a good chunk of the Florida Peninsula. So that is what we are dealing with. There we go. So that's a look at that. There's a look at that high. Heard there was a vigorous, Mike, correct. Lots of clicking. Are you tweeting? No, answering a couple of quick questions off to the side there while you guys while I'm reading your stuff. Today was, let me show you the temperatures for today. There you go. 95 in Leesburg, 96 in Winter Haven, and I tell you what, the feels like temperatures even at this hour are quite warm. 97 in Kissimmee. It's 8 o'clock. It's at sunset. So we need to keep, yep. Okay, so let's talk rocket launches because we do have 2 of them on Thursday for those of you that may be interested in watching. We've got the Delta IV Heavy at 212. Weather concerns, the cumulus cloud rules, but really overall, launch probability is at 80% go. And here's a look at the evening Falcon 9 launch forecast. There you have it. 7:19 p.m. No rain here in Windermere today. Been in the pool all day, says Danielle Mojica. Vanessa Stark, Cynthia Quintina, Faith Dodge. October it is, Cheryl. That is correct. That's usually about when we start to get a break in the heat. That is usually about when we start to get a break in the heat. So there are the 2 launches, back to back. And let's see, Matt Martin, good to have you. Rockledge of the River. There you go. Mark, right back at you, big dog. Carla Deem, hello to you. Dylan Curran, how are we looking Friday and Saturday evening for the NASCAR races? Let's cover the pool and the Boynton Beach forecast, and then I will take you back to the races. So there we go. There's the pool forecast for tomorrow. 90, 93, 91. David Carmichael, good to have you. Ashton reporting in. Tina Hale. Sup, Tony, says Jose Bautista. Amber Marie, thank you so much for these updates. Not a bad pool day tomorrow, if that's correct. Thursday morning, there's 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. Let me just finish the Boynton Beach forecast here. There you have it. so there we go. So southeast 10 to 15. I'm just checking the forecast here. Yeah, so rip currents, high tide 7:37, low tide at 2:07 in the afternoon. All right, let's go back to the launches for the young lady that wanted to know the forecast for the morning and the afternoon. Ollie, going to get to that there in 1 second. Thursday morning, Tara, there it is, 2:12, very early in the morning. Cumulus cloud rule, launch probability is at 80%. 80%, there you go. And then Falcon 9, launch window 7:19, cumulus cloud rules, probability of go at 70%. Michelle Pace, good to have you. Death Valley 116, not as hot as about a week ago when they were 130 plus. Mary Richards saying no. So there's the 2 launches for Thursday. There's actually a 3rd launch later on in the week. All right, so the big story here, tropically speaking, there we go. There's Laura as of the 8 o'clock intermediate advisory coming in at 85 mile an hour hurricane. There's a look at the advisories, watches versus warnings. You got that right there. And then tropical storm advisories. We've got the warnings that are up. There we go. There's a look at the tropical storm advisories. Now, here's the big thing here. There it is. Look at Laura. Getting stronger and stronger. Let's see here. There we go. Boom. So there it is. Someone wanted to know if this is going to go to Houston. It does have a chance to go to Houston, but we'll show you the trends on the models here. There's the radar. And there it is. Showers and storms approaching Louisiana. Model trends. Model trends have been pretty consistent right there along the Texas-Louisiana coast. And Houston is not that far to the west. So that's why we're watching this very carefully. Mary, thank you. She sure does, Becky. 85 pressures, 983 millibars now per the hurricane hunters that are out there. J.C. Barber, it just keeps dropping. And that's what we're going to be watching here. So the intensity forecasts as of late morning, early afternoon, still a few with Cat 3 status. There you go. And when you take a look at the probability of hurricane force winds, it's now at 50 to 60%, but this is going to continue to go up with each cone that comes out now. Let's see there. So there you go, right there. Now, when you take a look at the storm surge advisories, for those of you just getting in, there's a peek at what we have. We have storm surge watches, New Orleans northeast to Mississippi, and we have storm surge warnings from southern Louisiana all the way down south and west of Galveston Bay. So again, something that we are going to be watching very, very carefully. The potential storm surge there could be 9 to 13 feet, if not higher, if this storm gets stronger. That's one of the things we're going to have to watch. There you go. So that's a look at that storm surge right now. Going to be quite high, southwest Louisiana and the upper coast there of Texas. So that's where we're watching again very carefully. Now, when you take a look at the rainfall forecast, there is a swath here of 10 to 15 inches of rain right there as the core is coming ashore. And that big rain swath will go all the way up into the Tennessee Valley, all the way into Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, the Ohio Valley. So we're going to be watching that component of this forecast as well, and the risk for tornadoes and severe weather, as you can see, is going to be there Wednesday night, Thursday morning, as this is making landfall here in Louisiana and Texas. So that's another thing that we are going to be watching very carefully. So lots of different elements, lots of different things to watch. Let me go ahead and give you the wide perspective there of the rest of the tropical Atlantic. And we can breathe now. Barbara Ross, glad you're back. Danny Watkins, good to have you there. MB DeAngelis, there you go. I don't see any rain today, Tony. Nope. Robin Jean Faulkner. Robin, always a pleasure to have you there. Miss West Plaza. There you go. All right, so we do have a wave that is coming off the west coast of Africa. So let's go ahead and kind of delve into that one. There's a close-up shot. Still in New York, leaving for Arizona. Aha! Leaving here for safe travels. I do hope you were flying and not driving, by the way. And there's that next wave. Boom. Coming off the west coast right there. Dan, appreciate that. It's huge. It's kind of fallen apart a little bit, but it, again, is still a rather significant wave that is coming off in the waters of War. Maria Gonzalez, Tara Smeltzer. Shout out for all the FPL crews on the way. Yes, Teresa, well said. Good call on your part right there. There is a little wedge of some cooler water up in here. There you go. And then it starts to heat up. Boom. Right there. So that is something that we're watching. As we start getting into September, especially late September, those cooler waters, the Canary Current starts to come down and begin to shut that season off. Is 115 ready? Mike, I think we'll know once this last recon fix is done and over with what's going to come of that, by the way. So there you have it. That's a look at the wave heights. 30-foot waves, folks. 30-foot waves with this 85-mile-an-hour hurricane. So as this continues to intensify and move to the west-northwest, that whole area of wave action is going to kind of push towards the coast of Louisiana and Texas. So that's what we're going to be watching. It will be a portion of that. It may go across southern New York, not upstate New York. By the way, great question. Any future storms at the Lord? No. The Euro is quiet for a while, but there may be a couple of ways that we have to watch sometime next week. But in the short run, I think we're going to be okay. In fact, let me show you what the Euro is doing, and then the GFS. Somebody wanted to know what was coming behind Laura. There's Laura in the Gulf. Notice there's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's a wave there near San Juan on Monday. There it is, San Juan. Another little feature that tries to develop off the back end of a cold front east of Florida on Tuesday. That wave kind of merges with it and heads towards South Florida late next week and then pulls off to the west. That's the Euro. Here's the American GFS model. Florida is going to be hot with a better chance for storms here on Friday and Saturday. So there's Laura. Laura kind of goes into the Ohio Valley, merges with a low coming out of Canada, and produces some showers and storms. Then on the American GFS, like the Euro, there's that wave over Puerto Rico, and then coming towards the Bahamas. Doesn't look like anything significant developing from it now, but again, something to watch down the road. Yes, we expect, unfortunately, a big season, says Robin. There we go. Gerardo Lopez, good to have you. Antonio, love my best from Florida. Yep. How big is Laura, and when can we expect a cold front? No cold fronts until probably late September or October, Cole. And Laura is expected to intensify into a Category 3 hurricane as it makes landfall. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with a look at the 7-day forecast, because I think we've kind of covered this pretty good here. The heat, it's all about the heat. Next 7 days, no break in the heat. Cat 3, Robin, looks like a Cat 3. There you go. Well, 115 to 120 is what the winds could be at landfall. So 93, 94 through the next 7 days. Rainfall chances going up over the weekend, 60 to 70%. Overnight low temperatures will be running in the mid-70s. All right, you guys are an excellent group. I do appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Let me go ahead and jump off here and make some updates, and I will talk at you guys here again on Facebook Live tomorrow night, right around 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful night, and hope to see you tonight on the CW 18 at 10 or West 2 News at 11. See ya. Toodles. Ciao.